Hello and welcome to Corey Can Do, where we're making this awesome gladiator mask using nothing but tetrapaks. So if you want to learn how to make this, stay tuned. You'll need these materials: 2 to 3 tetrapaks, a pair of scissors, some masking tape, a set square, ruler, stapler, permanent marker, red A4 paper, and crepe paper is optional, and a cereal box. Here we go. Cut your cereal box open. Use your ruler to make a straight line across the bottom, and then copy your ruler over the top. This gives me a band to staple my helmet to. Then I draw a 30 centimeter line where I mark a 15 centimeter point, and I'm going to roughly make 12 centimeters upward an arch. I'm going to fold this in half to get a symmetrical shape later when I cut it out. And for my ear flaps, I draw a 12 centimeter line and then improvise a little bell shape, kind of like this. Get it all cut out, and then we can use this mold to go over our tetrapaks. If you saw my last video, you know that we use tetrapaks to make these because they have an awesome silvery material on the inside. So you're going to want to prepare these by washing your tetrapaks, emptying them out, and then cutting them open. I'm going to show you how I prepare one. Cut the bottom, and then cut along the top and get rid of the spout. Then you can slice them up the back and make sure you dry them before you use them. Now, I'm going to put my helmet shape mold on a diagonal across my Tetra Pak and trace around the mold. Then I'm going to get one ear flap out. I'll explain how we get the second. The headband is made using the long strip, so we want to get about 3 of these going. And then for our final ear flap, we want to take our cardboard mold, flip it over, and trace around it. This gives us 2 identical but opposite sides. Once you've got this all cut out, we can start to assemble it onto our headband with staples. Great, now it's time to staple it all together. So I leave about a finger's width so that a staple can fit in, and I connect my headband. I roughly place the front of the helmet in the center of the headband, and I leave about a ruler's width from the edge and pop in a staple, because I want the sides of the helmet shape to poke out when I curve the headband around my head. A staple in the middle just for some extra support. Great, and now we're ready to fit this onto our heads. So I will show you how you do that. Hi, so we've gotten to about this stage of the process, and now we want to fit it to our heads. So we're going to take it and we're going to fold it around. And you might need the help of an adult when you're doing this, or you can try and do it on your own. You've connected it there, you're going to secure it, slip it off, and then a couple of staples. Here we go. I'm going to put one more in. So there we go. There's about 3 staples. You could always connect them to the flaps of the ears, but then they might be a little bit too sticky outy. So my suggestion is slide them under the band, have them roughly cutting along your cheek halfway across the face on either side, and once you see where this is, just a question of stapling it up. So lob it off. The staples go a little bit further in from where you stapled the helmet shape to the headband earlier. There we go. And now we're ready to decorate our helmet. So I'm going to take my permanent marker and draw some lines to show you what we can do. You can really explore the possibilities here. I like to mark the center point of my helmet so that when I'm drawing anything, it's symmetrical. I'm going to take a curve up from both sides and then do some vertical lines coming away from this curve. From my center point, I draw some horizontal lines upward. And then again, I'm just improvising some decoration here. If you wanted your Roman helmet to look more metallic, putting some rivets in is a really good way to get that look. I'm trying to think of some more shapes. I'm going to make some blocks inside. And now a little bit of shading because it makes my helmet look more old and it gives it a little bit of depth. Cool, now we're ready to make our little head fan. So take your sheet of A4 to make a fan. So we just need to fold our paper roughly about a finger's width forward and backward until we produce this little fan shape. Fans are super useful for lots of craft activities, so it's a really good thing to learn to make. We're going to open our fan out, and then we're going to take the tail of our fan and fold it over about 4 centimeters. This gives us something to staple and connect it to the back of our helmet with. Once it's stapled into place, I recommend putting some tape across the back just to secure it. I'm using masking tape because I find that it's easier to work with and pretty sticky. Now I'm going to show you how you make the crepe paper or tissue paper fan. So we want to get a rough A4 size piece of crepe paper cut, and then we're going to fold it in half, roll it in on itself at about a finger's width. 2 centimeters is good. And once we've got that all rolled up, we're going to staple it together and cut into it. Now when we're cutting, we're going to go vertically and we want to leave about 2 fingers from the bottom so that it doesn't fall apart. And then take your time and open this up so that you've got a kind of feathery, flowery pom-pom effect. It looks a little bit like a red carnation. Once it's ready to go, you just pop a staple in and you're done. I hope you enjoyed making this super cool Gladiator helmet, and join us again for the breastplate and the rest of the Gladiator costume. And please like and subscribe.